You don't owe anyone access to your energy because they expect it. Your time is valuable. Your peace is sacred and your no is holy. The world will never teach you this. It will tell you to hustle harder, to serve more, to give until you're depleted, and then somehow smile while you're doing it. You have to teach yourself a new way. Hey, beautiful soul. Are you ready for this one? Because today we're not playing it safe. We are ripping off the Band-Aid and we're talking about one of the most painful, powerful, and absolutely necessary shifts that I have ever made in my life and my leadership journey. Learning to say no without apologizing. And if that already makes you sweat, if your stomach clenches a little at the thought of disappointing somebody, then this episode is absolutely for you. Because let's be honest, most of us women, especially corporate high achievers, we were never taught how to say no. We were taught how to be useful, how to be liked, so that others could be more comfortable. But that ends today. So buckle up. Today, I am sharing the moments that shattered me and the ones that built me back up. The truth about what saying yes really cost me and how I finally stopped betraying myself just to make other people happy. This episode is a fire starter. So let's start at the beginning. Where did all of this come from? Why is it so damn hard for women to say no? Let me walk you through what this looked like in my life. I was the good girl. I was the fixer, the one who got straight A's, who never made waves. I learned early on that saying yes got me praise, got me attention, got me approval. And if I ever did try to push back, I was too much. I was too emotional. I was too sensitive. So I adapted. I figured out that being agreeable, helpful, selfless, that was the formula. That's how I stayed safe. That's how I belonged. But here's the problem. When you spend your life managing everyone else's emotions, you actually forget how to feel your own. You lose touch with what you want. You become this overfunctioning, overachieving version of yourself that is deeply disconnected from your own needs. And you wear that mask for so long, you actually start to believe that's who you are. I did this for years until my body started screaming at me to stop. Let me take you back to the moment I realized that something actually had to change. I was in my corporate job, absolutely crushing it from the outside. I had the promotions, the praise, the pay raises, but on the inside, I was unraveling. I was getting up at 4 a.m. I was trying to squeeze in a workout before the chaos. I'd log into back-to-back meetings. I would hold space for everyone else. I would manage other people's poor leadership. I was leading my team, supporting my family, mentoring women, building a business. But at the end of the day, I wasn't okay. I was snapping at my kids. I was emotionally checked out with my husband. I was crying at night from sheer exhaustion. And what broke me wasn't some big dramatic moment. It was the cumulative weight of every single time that I said yes when I didn't want to. Every tiny betrayal of my own energy, of my own intuition, my own boundaries. And I had this moment. I will never forget it. I was sitting in my car outside my house, engine off, hand frozen on the keys. And I whispered out loud, I don't want to go inside. Not because I don't love my family, but because I had nothing left to give them. That was the day I realized being a yes woman was actually killing me. Let's talk about the biggest lies we tell ourselves when we say yes out of guilt. They need me. It's not that big of a deal. It'll only take a few minutes. That's the one that I always got stuck on. And then if I don't do it, who will? Who actually knows how to do this? I do it better. Let me say this with love. Those are not truths. Those are trauma scripts. They are patterns built from a life of being rewarded for overgiving. They are the survival stories of a woman who believes her worth is directly tied to her usefulness. But here's what I've learned. You don't owe anyone access to your energy because they expect it. Your time is valuable. Your peace is sacred and your no is holy. The world will never teach you this. It will tell you to hustle harder, to serve more, to give until you're depleted, and then somehow smile while you're doing it. You have to teach yourself a new way. This part is practical because I know you're listening, thinking, okay, Shannon, I get it, but how do I actually do it? So here's what works for me. Script your no's in advance. Literally write them out. Practice them. Rehearse them in the mirror. Make them muscle memory. Thanks for thinking of me, but you know what? I'm not available. I'm actually fully booked right now, and I need to honor my bandwidth. You know, Sally, that doesn't align with my priorities at the moment. Stop over-explaining. Your no doesn't need a 5-paragraph essay. If you're saying no from integrity, that's enough. You need to use time to create space. Say, let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you, so that you're not automatically saying yes to everything because you're like, I think I could fit it in. This actually gives you the power to respond and not react. You also need to accept discomfort. Saying no will feel awkward at first. You will feel guilty. Do it anyway. That's not a sign that you're wrong. That's actually a sign that you are rewiring that old belief system. And then I need you to track how you feel after you say no. This was a game changer. Every time I said no and honored my energy, I felt lighter. I felt more powerful. I felt more whole. Saying no is actually a skill. It's a muscle. You build it up with practice. And the more that you do it, the more you become the version of yourself who doesn't need to apologize for taking up her damn space. Here's the beautiful part. When I started saying no from a place of alignment, everything changed. My marriage deepened because I was no longer living in resentment. My parenting improved because I was no longer showing up empty. My career flourished because I led from authenticity and not obligation. My health shifted because I wasn't running on survival mode anymore. But most importantly, I could finally hear myself again, my wants, my needs, my boundaries, and most importantly, my dreams. And now I get to teach other women how to do the same damn thing, to break the cycle, to choose peace over performance, to reclaim their time, their voice, and their power. You don't have to explain yourself to be respected. You don't have to say yes to be valuable. And you do not have to burn out to belong. So if you felt this episode in your chest, then this isn't just information. It is an invitation to stop tolerating what drains you, to start honoring what fuels you, to choose yourself without guilt. And if you're ready to take the next step, I want to invite you into my coaching program, Clarity and Confidence. It's for high achieving women just like you, women who are done living on autopilot, who are done being everything to everyone, and women who are ready to reclaim their voice, their boundaries, and their freedom. Apply now at go.shannonhoward.us/VSL, because it is your time to lead, to rise, to say no and not apologize for it. You, my dear, you have been conditioned to say yes to everything and everyone but yourself. But that ends now. You're here for a reason. Your no is a full sentence. And your truth is always more than enough. So thank you for being here, you freaking rock star. I am proud of you. Let's rise together.